There's never any reason to shoot for anything other than a 180. I don't know why you wouldn't want to achieve a perfect score on the LSAT. Don't sell yourself short. Just because your practice test scores, your diagnostic score was in the 130s or the 140s, that means absolutely nothing. I personally improved my LSAT score approximately 23 points, and I've seen students improve far more than that. And a lot of it comes down to believing that you can. I would recommend, first and foremost, that you aim to understand everything. It is possible. You can do it. So I don't want you to sell yourself short. The problem with aiming for a 160 or doing only 3 passages or only 3 games is that it sets a ceiling on how high you can go. So more than setting out an arbitrary goal of a specific LSAT score that is not 180, instead, I want you to set the goal to be the kind of person who loves the LSAT and wants to deeply understand it. Aim to see the LSAT from the test maker's point of view. That means you want to solve all the questions accurately in the time allotted without fatigue. You want to do all 4 passages, all 25 or 26 logical reasoning questions. And of course, if you're taking the LSAT in June, aim to complete all 4 logic games as well. I know there's a lot of different types of questions on the LSAT. I want you to take the approach of dividing and conquering. Start with the easiest question types up to the more difficult types. So the easiest in logical reasoning, for example, would be necessary assumption, inference, and flaw. You move on from those to strengthen and weaken and leave the parallel and parallel flaw for last. Do the most common, easier types first and work your way up from there. You can also set more intermediate mini goals. So for example, if you're looking at accuracy, pacing, and endurance as the 3 major phases of your LSAT prep, within accuracy, you can ask yourself, do I understand the argument or the passage? Do I understand the question stem? Do I understand the answer choices? Specifically, and this is from my Socratic review method framework that I cover in more depth in my courses, you want to look at what makes the wrong answer choices tempting and what ultimately makes them wrong. What makes the right answer choices unappealing and what ultimately makes them correct, because you have these traps of encouragement towards the wrong answers and traps of discouragement away from the right answers. And until you know which tricks and traps you are uniquely prone to falling for, you can't help but end up making the same mistake again. And if you'd like my support on walking through this process, you can check out the links below the video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. Now, moving on from accuracy to pacing, we want to know, can you finish all 4 passages in the time allotted? Can you solve all 25 or 26 logical reasoning questions in the time allotted? Ideally, can you finish with time to spare? Can you save some buffer time or a time bank to go back and tackle the tougher questions you had initially flagged and skipped, hoping to come back to them later? Then with regard to endurance, can you finish all 4 sections of the LSAT without fatigue? Can you make sure that your accuracy isn't dropping just because you're at the end of the 4th section? Can you handle any scenario that you might see on test day, including doing 3 logical reasoning sections back to back? You want to work all of these mini goals into your LSAT study plan to make sure that when test day rolls around, you are feeling fresh and calm, ready to go in there and crush this exam. Ideally with, of course, with that goal of achieving a 180. Now, if you'd like my help with this, of course, again, we offer a lot of different ways to support you at LSAT Unplugged. You can check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.